Hi, I'm Jud Fisher, president of Ball Brothers Foundation, and welcome to this community update. Today, I just want to let people know that Ball Brothers Foundation continues to do rapid grants for the emergency frontline needs of our community. We're doing about 3.5 times more rapid grants at this time of the year than we normally do as we try to help frontline workers in Muncie and Delaware County. I also want to let people know that we are still on our regularly scheduled process for grants that will be looked at in round one for May 15th at our board meeting. And so those grants will still be put out into this community on a timely manner. Also, I'd like to just let people know that we've had a lot of conversations about how to help out in this community, and we're doing the best we can. And we are partnering with as many funders and other frontline organizations as we can during this time. And now I'd like to let you take a look at some of the other organizations in this town that we are partners with and are doing an incredible job during this pandemic crisis. Thank you.
I'm Jenni Marsh. I'm President and CEO of United Way of Delaware, Henry, and Randolph Counties. Our United Way has had an emergency fund in place to help not-for-profits when emergent needs arise. So we were very lucky in that we had those funds already in place, and it made it very easy for my board to pivot and focus those resources on COVID-19 related emergencies. So far, we've granted out 11 grants to 11 not-for-profits, totaling over $41,000. We were very fortunate to be granted some funds from George and Frances Ball Foundation, and we're able to offer a one-to-one match for any grants given to our COVID-19 emergency grant making fund. This helps replenish those funds that have been granted out and extend our ability to continue to meet the most emergent needs for our community today. So United Way is looking out over the landscape, not only to the reaction we have to have right now to meet the most pressing needs of our not-for-profits and make sure that they are there to serve the people of this great community, but also to make sure that we're on a road to recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. And so the continued support of United Way from donors and volunteers is really absolutely critical. It's incredible how giving and how collaborative this community is. So while these are really, really scary times, have heart. There are so many people working together for the good of this community so that we can recover, we can be resilient, and we can be forward-thinking.
My name is Watash Barnes Griffin. I'm the Chief Executive Officer for the YWCA Central Indiana. The pandemic has taken over our country, our communities, and the work of the YWCA is all ready to serve vulnerable women and children in our community. And so seeing this novel coronavirus, it has really just increased the needs of women and children who are vulnerable in our community. And so the YWCA has continued to provide the same services, but just with a little bit more care and caution. With all of the things that are happening, we have seen a larger number of folks needing our services. But during this pandemic, we've had to kind of quarantine ourselves, and so that those who work there and live there can remain safe. The community has been a champion for the YWCA since the pandemic has hit us, and so the outpouring of love, we've seen cleaning supplies come, hygiene products, financial support, folks who are just coming by to drop off things, just care packages for our staff. Our community has been great, and we ask that the community continue to do that for us. I always think about this too shall pass, so to make sure that we are rooted and grounded in knowing that crises happen, but they always come to teach a lesson and to make us stronger. And so Muncie and our community, we will get through this, and we will be stronger together. And you cannot have a community without unity, and that's what I see.
I am Jason Rogers. I am the Delaware County Emergency Management Director. I oversee facets of all the planning, mitigation, response, and recovery for Delaware County as a whole. I also oversee EMS operations within the county. So the world has changed because of this pandemic. And pandemic was a word that we in the emergency response world trained on but never really thought a whole lot about. The response has been overwhelming for the medical fields, whether you're a first responder or you're a first line nurse in a extended care facility or an emergency room. and putting those things that we have always said on paper were our plans into action. It certainly puts you under the gun and you feel a lot of pressure as a healthcare provider, whether you're a doctor, nurse, paramedic, or first responder. And all of those people have stepped up. The community is a key part of this. There's a couple of things that you can do right away to help be part of the solution. Don't spread misinformation. There is no major conspiracy going on, and that is, some people think, oh, it's not that bad, or some people think, oh, the sky is falling, and don't buy into that. Let's figure out what the new normal is together, and let's work through those processes. Washing your hands, social distancing, being cautious is, I think, the ounce of preventative that we need rather than the overreacting or underreacting. And take everything with stride. Let's be a little more patient. Let's do our part, whether that is preparing our family, washing our hands, or maybe choosing not to make that one last trip out for the weekend. Let's follow the CDC guidelines. Let's wash our hands, don't touch our face, wear a mask when you're going out in public, and do your part to be part of the solution.
Okay, well, there you have some of our community leaders that are really working hard for Muncie and Delaware County. And I just want to say that, we're going to prevail. Remember to wash your hands. We're going to get through this, and remember to wash your hands. Thank you.